I don't want to be any closer to Sandy Shores than I need to. That place is...
I mean, we're closer to the freeway than Sandy. We're between like Polito and Sandy, right smack in the middle. But yeah, Shelly Smith is the main suspect behind the bombing of Trooper PD. She has admitted.
Pockets? I just need a drink, sir.
She has admitted under Miranda that she placed the bomb, and right now she's gone into hiding and has been living with the Sasquatches. So we got her on a run somewhere in the middle of the wilderness.
You framing her? Weren't you dating her or something?
Yeah. I told you. You got skinny and she broke up with her, and look what happened. When you were fat, man, you didn't have these problems. I'm just saying.
She tried to kill me. She tried to kill me. So.
Yep. You shouldn't have lost weight. You should have stayed fat and obese.
Should have lost weight.
You should have had diabetes.
Keep up with anybody in a foot pursuit. I was running out of breath after 5 steps.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think you lose diabetes there. That's not how it works, pal.
You just end up losing diabetes, and look what happened.
No.
No?
At least I can feel my foot, unlike you.
Fuck you. I'm not gonna lie. Being fat does have its cons. Man, during shootouts.
What's the downside?
Whew, let me tell you, when these crims shoot you, let me tell you guys, it ain't fun.
You're a pretty big target.
It ain't fun.
Buddy, I'm out.
It ain't fun. It is not fun. Let me tell you.
Brian, do you just want to wrap this up with Gunner so he's not waiting a long time? Do you just want to suspend him and demote him?
I'll be driving my tire, be randomly popping.
Yeah, I mean, I think 1 week suspension while still maintaining his duties over shift 2. It's something that needs to go into play.
All right, well then I'll leave it up to you.
And a demotion to a captain.
I'll leave it up to you. You decide as you see fit. Since you already have some sort of punishment in mind, go ahead. You can start it now if you want to.
Yep. Sorry, give me 1 sec.
Also, Kale, I want to talk to you about the trooper ranks. I don't know what you want to do with them, but right now we have, well, the trooper position is equivalent to a sergeant, right? So we have a lot of commanding troopers. I don't know if that's something you want to maintain, or you want to get rid of LT and make everybody a sergeant in the state police.
Did we ever end up making anyone LT? I can't remember what the fuck we did. We're gonna make some
4 LTs. We have 4 or 5 LTs, and we have 6, 7 sergeants right now, and then 1 officer. 1 got promoted to trooper, and then we got 1 more invite for that I want to talk to you about. It was Oliver Furry, who's pretty solid. And since we lost Mendoza, Oliver Furry, I think his name is.
He's a shift 1, big into the pursuit team stuff, so he definitely does trooper things at least.
Fucking pursuit team! Put a gun in my mouth, please.
I'm
not only
right
that,
there
he's pretty
with
good
you.
at also holding down scenes. He's got a pretty good head, head on his shoulders. He knows how to read the room, things like that. That we're looking for people that can just thrive in the state police and be a good example or role model. So.
I mean, at the end of the day, I put you there because I trust you in your opinion on majority of things. So if you feel like it's a good fit, we can give him a shot. But I still think at this point, it might be good for us to try to build the state police into actually running the pursuit teams and shit like that. I'm still seeing a lot of fucking dumb shit in traces on these cams and shit. I understand that. But there's people already in there that I would. If it's a state faction, the state police are the only ones in it. You know what I'm saying? None of the other departments have that much of a push.
I see. So you want it to be basically ran by the state, and then also okay. Only issue though is how would other departments help out with SRU? They have to be invited to the state to be part of it?
I just don't. I think the entire idea of SRU in general is just it was there for racing and shit like that. But the original thing was, I mean, even when I did this time trials, it was about the best of the best. Being in front of chases is essentially what it was. But I think at some point in time, I'm not sure what changed or whose fucking mouth or fucking whatever got into someone else's ear to, say it would be better if they essentially there was crying they couldn't investigate races because they couldn't drive the fast cars. Okay. That's what it got to. And I think, we got a lot of shitty drivers in a place, because they were meant to do investigative work. And well, I don't think if fucking cases come up with all this racing shit. Nothing's changed. It was a whole lot of copium. And honestly, it pisses me off that it went from something that was looked up to something that no one gives a fuck about as much anymore. So, I think we at least need to get it back to its roots, or just take full control and put it through state police only.
I know the
What is
past
he
month or
talking
so,
about?
Angel went through down the list and removed a lot of people who aren't active and were not fitting, and they had to go through another vetting process where they had to qualify again. So they did go through that process a little bit. I mean, Brian, Malton, Clarkson, maybe you can give me your opinion since yes,
you
fucking-
know how I feel about SRU, bro.
So I think a lot of the existing leads on SRU are actually quite good. I 1,000% agree with the investigative side of things. I mean, I witnessed it firsthand, questioning why are we just chasing them down and got nothing happening? In fact, the big yokai thing was done by regular officers, only one of which was in SRU.
This is what I mean. This has been a thing in the police department forever. We have something that is shut off and done for a specific purpose, and then people end up complaining because they can't get into it, and then they make up some bullshit for a reason to do it, and they just don't do anything with it. And it's just it ends up slowing. It was the same shit with SWAT. To be fair, I feel like SWAT had so much potential and was just sort of fucking dwindled on in a lot of ways. Every fucking detective unit that pops up always does the same shit too. It does my fucking head in.
It's the cycle of detective units. Yeah, I mean my quick little blurb, like SRU versus troopers. It kind of sounds like you two have similar mission statements, because remember back in the day, so it was like troopers were always the one in front on the pursuits. They were always the one making calls on the pursuit. And so I guess my confusion is there really a difference between SRU and troopers at this point in time for this vision that you want the troopers to be?
Not really, but the quality control would be different.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, listen. There's just some basic intelligence things that needs to fucking happen in these police chases. Okay, if you pit somebody and they're not into a wall, why the fuck would you start ramming them? You know what I mean? You're not only damaging your car, but you're creating an issue where you could send someone to fucking Narnia for no reason. It's just there's little things in pursuits that could be so much better if it was always worked on, instead of this is good enough, let's just leave it like that, instead of trying to improve on it. And
correct.
like
There's always
that,
room
but
for improvement. That should be the mentality everybody adopts in the PD, right?
yeah, and I think this is the same shit I said when I was around last time. It was the same sort of issues, and I was hoping it would sort of alleviate in a way, but from my understanding, it's still the same old shit. In fact, it's probably worse now than it was back then, in terms of other departments complaining about and being frustrated with how things are going. But at the end of the day, if we can have more etiquette in pursuits, that's the goal. And I think
so much
right now, if they're what people look up to, then that's never going to get better.
It's not even that though. There's so many problems with pursuits. It's not even just SRU. First of all, you have SRU chargers, then you have normal fucking chargers.
Point, though.
Yeah,
but everybody looks up to SRU, right? Like they used to look up to troopers, and whatever they do, they think is that's how you do it.
You're not wrong.
Then everybody does that sort of thing. So
SRU, no, hold on. First of all, SRU became a fucking problem, honestly, when Soze stopped bleeding it. I'll tell you why. Because number one, it changed to where anybody can just get a fucking interceptor. You could be a normal like officer, and people will just cert hunt the fucking SRU unit. And then
that's still happening now.
I think a good example of that was
that's what I'm saying,
Suarez,
Brian.
okay, and I think he's improved. But Suarez, to begin with, was a fucking knucklehead when it came to pursuits. He was fucking T-boning people and being a fucking complete fucking shitbag because he didn't understand the
pursuit etiquette. Yeah, he did not understand the etiquette of pursuits.
Exactly. He did get it. He's got it over time, and he's performed better, but it shouldn't have got to the situation where he had an opportunity to be like that, because they see, somebody that's in lead doing that sort of shit. Everybody else got to do that sort of shit. That's a good example of, he had the potential to be there, but he had to work a lot. It was the same with fucking what's that guy I fired from the police department? The fucking Australian piece of shit.
Croc.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was the same shit. He had potential, but the thing is, I was willing to, kick him out when shit didn't go the way I thought it could have gone. I don't think it's necessarily the same for other people to do that sort of shit. They're not willing to cut the slack essentially. So
Yeah, I mean-
Firing has been like putting the foot down, I think, has been the hardest bandage to pull. I mean, it's only recently that firings are happening, et cetera, because it does become a notion of, well, if I fire them, it's going to be a headache. But if we don't do any of that, then it only makes it harder for others to do it. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that includes cert removals, deranks, et cetera.
Well, how about
Yeah.
this? Why don't you have the cert be temp? You got to reapply for the cert every maybe. A month
We
or
had
so.
we
That
said
way-
that, and look what happened. That didn't even happen.
that's gonna
No.
be fucking.
No, like every month you
would
gotta
be
apply for the
fucking
cert.
annoying, to be
Dude,
honest.
Jose
Every
said
2
that.
months.
Jose, when it came out, said that we're gonna have new trials every month. That doesn't happen, bro. That
Right,
doesn't work.
But the SRU need to keep pushing on that and pushing for quality. Every 60 days, you got to reapply for the SRU.
You've got
cert,
to
and if you're not meeting-
understand. There's a lot of shit involved with doing like time trials, especially when there's like 30 or 40 people you got to go through every
Yeah.
month. I don't think it's going to. I mean, it's
doesn't have
not
to
a
be
bad
time
idea.
trials.
I just don't think monthly is the perfect way. But
What about 60
the
days?
thing
I
is,
mean-
I'm saying, if these assholes were under the state police, I'd see someone do some dumb shit and be like, "Yo, you were dumb, bitch." See you later. That's just how it is. Or I'd pull them to the side and be more. There's politics, right? And you guys understand this politics. But even for me, there's
Oh, yeah.
politics.
Oh,
if
yeah.
I step on the wrong people's toes and push in the wrong direction and start going behind people's backs, people get fucking angry and salty and shit. I don't want none of that shit. The easiest solution is just put it back onto me, and I can just swing my dick around, and people will be prepared and expecting of it, rather than someone's doing some shit that I don't want them to and shit like that. That's how I feel, and I think the people that are in it, that are running it, don't necessarily need to change or anything. But I feel like if it's on to me, I'll be more involved and feel less on the outside of something that I essentially created in the first place. Anyway, I personally don't think there's been an improvement for the reasons that it was there. Even if I'm not around much, I think I will try to keep it as consistent as I did prior to that. So.
Yeah, honestly, I think if you want it to work the way you're trying to say right now, you make SRU troopers only, and then that way we can vet them through the process of being an officer, and they can be part of SRU. And when they're fucking around, we'll kick them out, right? And that way you can basically have full control and reign over it. So if you have these people that are very, rough around the edges, not very polished when it comes to pursuit etiquette, we either correct their behavior, and if that does not happen, then we kick them out. And that way it's a lot
That's the
easier
thing,
to kinda
like,
streamline the process.
The troopers could definitely shape up too, but it's the old situation. If I see a trooper car, I can expect equality to an extent. If I see an SRU car, I don't know if I can expect equality. They might be a good driver, but the quality in which they control scenes or the pursuit itself is pretty fucking average. That if they'll spin out, they'll pull that in front of you, just fucking like baby dick shit that you shouldn't be doing. The basics of fucking pursuit shit, really. Either way, that's I can sit here and fucking rant about it all day. It don't matter. At the end of the day, I can see improvements. Yeah, it might not be as fucking it might not be horrible, but they never did what they set out to do when they said they wanted to take the reins from me. It just turned into the same shit. So yeah, I mean, I might as well slap it around and get more people in the state police and have them running that sort of thing.
Okay, I'll talk to Angel and Copper and Snow and kind of just
No. Wait, so Copper and Snow were running that shit?
Yeah, and
Angel.
Angel.
Yeah, so we can talk to them either way.
He
but,
said no.
If that's the case, I prefer it to be fucking scrapped and start over in terms of like who's going to be actually running that thing. Because I personally don't think Snow and Copper are that great at driving and managing a chase. That's why they weren't in it to begin with. It wasn't just a how good of an officer you are. It's about the entire well-rounded side of things. And I think we definitely need the right people in charge of that. And I don't think they're the standard. We need that.
How do you see SRUs, Jose? Is it
The
today
first
it's
step-
chasing boosts and going to 94? Is that their primary prerogative? Do you see it more as like the full scope of things, including like investigations and?
No, not for see. I don't have the fucking. I don't think the SIU needs to investigate only cars. I think any police department should be able to investigate that shit. I think we're shutting off. We're putting a gate in front of something, and they're not even utilizing that to
Absolutely
investigate
agree.
these guys.
No,
So
I mean, I don't think that that's the goal. But we're saying that if
that
you
that
like,
that
if you
was
go
their goal to begin with. Their goal was to get people like Copper and shit in there to do more investigative shit. Said that SIU wasn't being used. Well, the whatever the fuck we called the pursuit team wasn't being used for the right tools and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they got the handles. They did the exact same shit except worse. And I don't understand the logic of us gating it off when we should be saying anybody can investigate these races. I don't give a fuck.
But the problem with Sosa is nobody was. That's why Copper and Snow kind of came into it and helped out with it. 'cause
Yeah,
But they
nobody-
still aren't, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
What changed? That's what I'm saying. What investigation has happened that they needed to run the pursuit team?
Bass,
What changed?
Bass, SRU is literally interceptor unit, which is different livery.
I don't know. I'm genuinely curious. Like, what actually changed? Because maybe I have
I'll
missed
be hon-
shit here or there, but what has actually changed?
That's something I need to have a conversation with him because I don't know what's going on recently. I've not talked to him about that in a month and a half, so I don't want to speak out of my ass. I don't want to provide something that I don't have context on.
I just think at the end of the day, the main problem was they felt like they couldn't be involved in pursuits or investigating races or whatever because they couldn't drive those cars in particular, which is just a load of shit. I think honestly, I'm sick of all the bullshit and fucking politics of what goes on here. I just want to get the ball rolling the way I foreseen it, and just keep it going that way. So if you ain't good at what you're doing, you're not going to be there. I don't really give a shit if it hurts your feelings. It's just how I see it from my perspective.
I'm all for starting fresh and trying this again in a different light to where we can try to make it work. I'm all for about that. I'm just trying to see how we can proceed forward as far as what is the next step.
I'm gonna keep it a stack though. It's Soze as well. It's not just SRU though. All these certifications are being handled fucking horribly. I mean, go look at PNT. There's people that I've seen that are on duty that are in PNT that are the shittiest fucking officers on duty, and they're training and FTOing and certifying other people. It's all the certs. It's really not just SRU.
That comes down to the departments, though, right? It comes down to the
Yeah.
departments and the
Is
way
it
they
departments
handle
though? Because if you're
It is.
getting
So-
trained
so-
wrong, that's the
it's-
certification.
So
It's-
each
it's-
department has
it-
its own their PNT program. That's how it works.
It doesn't fucking matter. We're
Oh, I
gonna
didn't know
abolish
that.
the entire fucking thing anyway. So if we're gonna do a revisit to everything, shit like that is gonna get scrapped because I can agree to an extent that is an issue, but we are fundamentally the reason from the top that why that happened. So I can't sit there and say they're pieces of shit for having that happen. The reality is. We in high command said, yeah, we need you to mass recruit because the fucking city's a pile of shit and we need more cops. So I don't think it's fair to necessarily, shit on them for it. But at the same time, I can't agree that the issue's there. And that's why we brought up the, unified police department and having something more structured to recruit from.
And I do agree that if you want to do the idea like we talked about, along with taking down on the certs, would be a perfect time. That way you can do everything at once. And that way wash everything off and then start fresh again.
So yeah, I can agree, but at the same time, Angel being there and being a part of the unit, I think is a good thing.
Chat, you guys talk about Rangers this, Rangers that.
And I don't.
That
even
department's
mind if
probably one of the best departments, bro. Like, y'all just like to shit on me. Y'all
That's
don't
what
really
I'm
realize
saying.
what I be
You
doing
don't-
on behind the
you have
scenes.
to be SRU to investigate our SRU incidents.
I
Yeah,
do
and you
think
don't have to be you don't have to investigate fucking races to, be a part of SIU and vice versa sort of thing. Like, I think a lot of people got put in there because they were quote unquote investigating things and then didn't investigate shit. So it was, it just pissed me off that it all got muddled up for shit that we're gonna do when nothing happened. That's all. I don't think necessarily it's fucking horrible. It's just, I just want it to be better. That's all.
I do
Right,
think
I'm with you.
you should consider there's likely, however the department split or rejoining takes place, there's probably going to be a lot of really good drivers that do a lot of good work on the SRU side today that may not be aligned with being a trooper, but would be fantastic fits for whatever that vision would look like.
So my it doesn't like when I say we would run it, I think us handing out certs is like maybe we could do the pursuit cert still. I don't know. Like I said, it depends on what we do with the rest of the departments. Like if we end up having a bigger department one bigger department or confining them, whatever the fuck we do, I don't know yet. Whatever makes sense is what I'll go with. I'm not trying to fucking cuck people that I know are good at what they do. I just want the right people to have the the ability to do what they want to do in those situations. So I just think everyone wants to put their fucking dick in the honey jar instead of fucking just fucking just letting the people run it that are doing that shit properly and just letting it be. You don't need to fucking do everything.
Yeah, I mean,
so yeah. Either way, I can fucking sit here and rant about that shit all day. Either way, that's what I want to happen. I think if me and Angel talk a bit, I still want her to be
Sure, you should talk
a
to her.
major lead in it. By the way,
she's definitely have more context as far as SRU than we do, right? Because
100%.
she runs that shit.
But at the same time, you gotta remember, if we're revisiting everything, it's if one of those portals open up in the ground and we get sucked to another universe, we want to make sure we have the quality we can, set in place beforehand. So, it's half the reason why I want, a foot in ass right now, if possible.
Hey, I got a question here. Genuine, honest question. And I don't mean this with disrespect, but what the fuck is high value? What the hell?
HVTU?
What the fuck is high value target unit? What is that?
So their whole purpose is to go after people who are highly wanted, have done or have committed violent crimes, so they have a warrant for their arrest. So they get on a channel, they get in tactical gear, and they go hunt for this person. Like hounds.
I feel like that's what a SWAT unit should be, though. Like, isn't that what? I don't know.
So as it stands right now, HVTU is probably the closest we have to bounty hunters, if I were to compare that to anything. So like,
honestly, I think shit like that's it's not necessarily bad to have.
No, I'm not saying that not bad. I'm genuinely just asking. I really don't know what it is. Like,
bounty hunters. Just think of them like bounty hunters.
Oh,
another way to look at it is to get that cert, you need to know how to respond to the bank transactions and stuff like that. So you don't end up having a cadet roll up on like someone that's going to really fuck them up and screw up an entire investigation. So there's a whole lot of like requirements before you can get that certification.
Yeah, no, they're solid. I watched them go after somebody who was wanted for an officer of shooting. They had 5 units to sit, and they took down 2 people.
How long's that unit been around for, and who's running it?
I'm basically I ran it at one point, then I gave it to Vale, who gave it down to now Stubble. Stubble's running.
Yeah, the unofficial leads right now are Mueller and Stubble, I think.
I mean, I haven't heard one complain about it in a negative way, so I don't think.
No, I'm not bringing it in a negative light. I really was just asking what the fuck it was. I really didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying either way. So, but in saying that, I don't know how many fucking departments and other fucking shitholes there are, but yeah, we should probably chat about those when we're talking about the whole PD restructure type shit. And, how we want things, but logically, I think we should have someone key that's going to be running those things, and they focus purely on that and that alone. So.
Right, and I do think just getting the department back the way it was first, then working the certs would be better for the PD. That way you can have your foundation kind of laid down, and then from there start changing the cert units in a way to where it makes sense to whatever structure you have. Because you don't want to change the certs right now, then redo the structure completely from the ground back up, and then try to go visit that again and try to apply it to where it makes sense with the current structure you have. So that way we're not skipping any steps.
Yep. I mean, yeah, like I said, I wouldn't say the police department is necessarily dog shit right now. It's just, like we need to be ready to improve and break,
Yeah, chat.
Keep on improving.
Chat, the PD isn't dog shit
where possible. And I think, it gets stagnant here and there, and we let shit slip. And I think a flaw of that is also our system on the outer world trains that sort of help that get manipulated a little bit. So. Yeah, let's just fucking discuss it and we'll work. It might even be worth like just nulling every certificate to begin with, and we'll chat with whoever is doing shit, and see where they want to go with it, and try to work that out afterwards, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. At least we got some sort of direction now.
We should
can
probably get on like everybody else. Really just like
Yeah, well, we're gonna talk about that tonight or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yo,
I mean, I'm
sounds
like
good to me.
I like everything we were hearing. To be honest, I'm excited. I hope.
So is there like a detective group right now? Like, what's going on with that, or is it
Yes.
just like a
Yes.
badge sort of thing?
I'm gonna be honest. The detective unit is I don't know how to describe it in the nicest way possible, but
doing a ship job.
no, it's a bit clicky, too
Oh.
clicky for my liking, honestly.
That's the PD.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
That's the entire PD, bro.
That's what I think. That's what I think happened with the fucking SRUE shit. The certain people get involved and it gets like that. I feel like so. Yeah. At the same time, listen. If we talk to the detectives, I think if we put the right person in charge, the detective unit can really be something that's good. I just think you look at SGSO, and like I said, they are potatoes, but the quality and consistency of the potato is pretty French fry. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty good. So if we can try to get that ideal out through all of our even if it's not a department, it's just a certificate, we will be way better off. So we just need the right people there to say no to people joining and saying getting the wrong people out, shit like that sort of thing. So.
I'm gonna say some wild shit. I think the problem with the detective unit outside of it's so separated. Investigations start the moment you pull someone over or detain them, and by separating investigations out instead of having a lead, it removes people from ever learning how to investigate, which in turn turns them bad. Well, on the flip side, the crew that is the quote unquote detective ends up, well, for lack of a better word, getting too close to the subjects and never bringing him to justice.
Yeah.
What is
Feelings
this?
get involved.
Wait, what's SCU and what's SRU?
Street racing unit and street crimes
racing and
unit.
street
Yeah,
crimes.
well,
That's
it would be a really good idea, and this might be a bit risky, but it might have a higher potential.
What the fuck is detective certification?
That is
that's
SC.
SC.
Oh, that is SCU. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I think if you want to promote quality, and like you said, you want the thing.
Wait, so
talking
the
about SSO.
SCU is wait. So
Yeah, that's what I'm
street
saying.
crimes. It's not racing crimes though. It's just like
No, so there's
drugs
SRU.
and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I thought it was the same sort of department.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
no,
I
no,
thought.
no.
That's why I was. I'm
There's-
looking at the leaderboard right now, and there's a leaderboard, so on the MDW.
Yeah. And a funny thing is, half those people on that board aren't even in that investigative crew. Like,
Honestly,
I'm just
I
gonna
like-
say, the biggest cases have been. I mean, stop me if I'm crazy, Bass, but these biggest cases, the ones willing to kick in doors, they're not wearing detective across their vest.
Right, because most of SCU works on serial cases, and they follow certain
Oh
investigations
my
that are very
god, serious.
niche or whatever. So it takes a long time for them to come to a conclusion because
think,
it's
like,
been
listen,
months
if I-
chasing after one person.
If we were in this, if I get pulled over by a detective, I'm a criminal. I should be thinking, fuck, it's a detective. These motherfuckers are gonna look into my eyes if I say some dumb shit. But I guarantee you, go pull over a detective, Francis is gonna pull his dick out the window and say, "I got meth, bro," and then they're not gonna do shit. So
Which
I
leads
just
me
think
to
that
my next idea.
we need a higher standard of it. Is what I want. I like,
Well,
dude.
you can
I
apply
think
that.
if
You
we
can
get the
apply that.
departments.
Well, here's what
They
you do
should be looking to give you raise. If you get pulled over by a depression, you should be thinking, man, I might get raided if I fuck up here, sort of thing. And that's
Right.
what I don't think they're gonna have the vibe of. So
You know,
you should have that Monka feeling for sure. And here's how you make
you know
it better.
who's a good detective? Honestly, Octo.
He's not a
Joe Cook.
detective. That's the
Same
thing.
detective.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Like
He's an
he's
officer.
fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
He's amazing, honestly.
And Maya. And
And
well, I
Maya,
mean,
yeah.
Bess, think about all those big investigations that have been happening. These
Right, so
I'm not
which-
there, and I'm not saying SU ain't doing anything. There's plenty of fantastic people in there, but like our officers should be trained that is where they're trying to reach. And I think the moment you start putting like a fancy label on it, is when the ones without the label start doing shit police work.
Right. So, which leads me to my next point I've been trying to say for the past 5 minutes. You give each.
So
department
what I was
their
thinking,
own...
Jose, is we just do.
Shut the fuck up, Clarkson. what I've been
You
trying to
fat
say
fuck.
is.
Why do you
give
keep fucking
each-
saying that every time I fucking talk?
Because you're a
give
fat fuck.
each department their
I'm sorry,
own
sir.
basically detective unit, right? So the BCSO would have
No,
one,
bro.
the LSP would have
No,
one.
fuck that shit.
No, trust me.
He's
because-
right.
No, and then you have your own IA as well, like the way Malton does it.
Oh, yeah,
each
that worked
department
out.
has
I
their
think
own
it can
IA.
work if, like, we build the departments, like we said, where the recruitment is under a
Well,
specific,
Yeah, the thing is, Bass, what
So
you're
the
saying.
chief of
Wait, hold
police
on.
would have full reign on the SAU unit
But
within his department. and
Bass, what you're saying right now just contradicts what he's trying to do with the PD, though, because he said he wants to
No.
unify it and make it all one thing. If there's 20 different,
No,
Right?
it is unified. He's saying what Bass is saying is, so Zay wants 3 departments, right? Let's say LSPD, BCSO, troopers.
state.
If they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
their own, if the troopers are trying to go after, I don't know, fucking vendetta.
Hold up a sec. So when I say I'm not necessarily trying to make us all one department. I don't give a fuck how many departments we got. What I want is each department to be small enough and capable enough to be entirely in control of the recruitment instead of
Yes.
forced into recruiting a pile of dog shit. Essentially, is what,
Mhm.
is what I'm trying to
Absolutely.
go with.
And Bass is adding on to that and saying, well, instead of having this one unit that does everything investigation wise,
Correct.
if the troopers, their investigations want to focus on something, they figure out who their targets are. It solves the whole docket thing as well. Instead of having like 15 different cases that don't see or 2 pages worth of docket cases that don't see the
Right.
light, the heads say, listen, we're focusing these things, and you send your resources at it.
Right. So
Yeah.
the sheriff and the chief and the commissioner would have full reign on each their own units and kind of push whatever agenda they want to be pressed. And then they answer to them instead of having multiple layers where they have to go through the process streamlined to where the chief and the sheriff have full control on their
So
own.
I can totally agree with this. That's what I'm saying. Like as long as we get the quality right, that's the key, and then we work on that sort of thing. You know what I
Right,
mean?
and
So-
they wouldn't join the unit without the approval of the chief of police or the sheriff, right? Because they have full reign
Exactly,
over it.
exactly.
Right, so that would
And
bring the
that's
quality up.
what I think the issue is right now.
I want to
you
talk
know,
about the Chingalo
anybody
shit,
from any
but
department
I
can just go
can't.
join the
'cause
fucking SIU without many
can't.
people fucking objecting and saying, you know, I trained this guy. He's a fucking psycho. Hang on a second, sort of thing. I think that's a good idea if we're to, you know,
Right, so that
or
way you
like
strip
the,
whole
the,
target.
the
Like,
Jenny Hall
you
shit. Like
strip
there's shit
everything
going on that
bare
like
bone,
is really bad,
and
bro.
then to build it back up, you give it to each department to build their own unit again for that detective unit they're trying to build on, right? And then it goes from there, and they can be very selective and vet and filter the people through that unit. So you have people that are similar minded within that department that have the same kind of common goals or objectives they want to try to do.
If I say it right now, people are gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's."
yeah. So I mean, I think everyone can agree that it can get better. That's the main goal. At the end of the day, we can sit here and shit on people and say they're fucking, X, Y, Z's dog shit. But if we got to rebuild it, there's no point necessarily going that route. So we can probably just drop that, and we'll just discuss it once we discuss the other changes, and we'll just build off that. Yeah. Well, I think that's the go. At the same time, we'll discuss that later. I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up there.
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, because right now a good example of a department that had potential but fell apart was IA, for example, right? IA was something was supposed to keep the PD in check, go hard on cops who are fucking around and doing anything corrupt or handling any civilian complaints, but instead, the department got ran to the ground, and there's nobody that really, wants to
which
step up and
department?
lead in. IA?
That never works out, man.
What,
I think the answer to
shit, who
IA
was
is what
it
we have
that-
going on. It was law enforcement.
Agreed.
Remember?
I agree with Clarkson here. I mean, if
what
someone
we
does
have is
dumb
going
shit,
on
we
right
should
now
crack
is
down.
like this, which is what we're doing. Like people are getting fired left and right. Like there's been
Wait, what
there's
I'm-
been 2 to
what-
3 firings every fucking week the past month.
What I'm trying to say is, for example, let's say you can have an IA in each
We
department.
don't
For
need
example,
that though. Because that's
I mean-
that's what high command is for, bro. Right?
But when it comes to the chain of command, you want to punish an officer within Vinewood PD, or you'd rather have his internal command structure?
The internal command structures. That's why when you brought the Ranger shit to me, I handled it.
That would be
or
the internal investigation of that Vinewood PD.
You could call it like
it's just complicating shit for no reason. Like high command is there for a reason of that department. They're there to.
But you cultivate people that want to help out in that aspect. They want to keep that quality up, right? Because certain officers gravitate certain calls and certain things they do on duty, right?
The way I see it is, if we have the raw people, running the departments, then how the fuck they
we don't need
whatever works.
Special
badges.
Let them do it. That's the exact opposite of what we're talking about right now. All these special certs.
It's irrelevant though. If they want to make a cert in their department that is like XYZ, let them do it. Who gives a shit?
No,
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. If the quality of the cop is there, it's sort of irrelevant how they manage their own department. At the end of the day, if a department isn't being run right, that's where me and Bass will be like, yo, that shit's fucking stupid. Y'all need to fucking cut that shit out, sort of thing.
With all due respect, both of you guys say that, but does that actually happen?
Well, no, I've been one. I ain't not for me. I ain't been doing shit. I've only been looking after my department and moving people out of that. So it's fair to say I haven't been doing that. But that's why I want the whole thing. If we got to go through this fucking wipe process, then
recently it has been happening with like Bass's memos and stuff. He's been stepping on some necks.
Yeah, I've been stepping on some necks. We've fired 10 cops the past 2 weeks so far. I mean, people are going away. People are demoted. People are being suspended. Things are happening, right? I've had maybe 5-6 high command meetings the past 2 weeks as well. So we're talking about things, and the ship is still in the right direction. It's just we need people to constantly, buy in, right?
I think instead of giving them more certs, these cops, they need to focus on their performance more. To be honest, but yeah.
That's the thing. Like I said, I think a part of the reason the police is how it is because of us from the high command that have sort of forced and encouraged mass recruitment.
Yeah.
We can't expect people to sit there 24/7 and fucking police 500 fucking people just because we needed that shit to happen. Like I said, I think what we can do is look at if we have to limit police numbers in pursuits and give them more power. I think that's going to be a much better overall feel for the police than mass recruiting and that being our power. I think if we need more firepower, if we need better cars, whatever it is, as long as we get the quality right, that's the most important thing. We can increase power.
Cars would be amazing if we get that car.
Yeah, whatever happened with that?
That would solve a lot of our problems.
I'm pretty sure it's fucking done. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Every time God damn it, which is fucking wide body, wide men. Every time I fucking ask him to do a certain thing, it takes fucking 6 months. So it's been about 6 months. I'll ask him. To be fair, I think he was moving houses and shit. So
yeah, he was.
From my understanding, it might actually be cooked up, ready to drop. So
yeah, because right now there's a lot of S+ cars or S class, S-class cars on the road, and obviously a lot of people just want to be in a Charger, but we don't want to give everybody a Charger. We need Crown Vics, Explorers, Tauruses out there that can actually, help out with pursuits, and not everybody driving a Charger who's not should be in the Charger.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, way those Chargers, the non ones, the non SRU ones should be handled. It doesn't matter what your rank is. Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to word this properly.
Well, I'm gonna watch your shit. You're gonna get fired next.
He's not wrong though, Bass. He's not wrong. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why.
Which aspect? Yeah, the only way that you should be able to drive that Charger, doesn't matter what your rank is, you need to first and primarily be a good assisting officer. Know how to do parallels. Know how to spike. Because why the fuck are we throwing someone into into a fast car without?
This is what I'm saying.
Knowing what the fuck they're doing.
I mean, this is mainly SIU shit too, right?
Yeah.
I agree, dude. I wouldn't even care if there wasn't a specific department and it was only verified by a certificate that more people had access to hand out, as long as the quality of what was there. Because I think the initial focus of what I set out with all that shit just is not the same as it was. And to be fair, it's not gonna be their fault. I could have had more input whenever the fuck I wanted, and I didn't. But We should just discuss that when we get a chance, but we just need to focus on the quality. We have people. I'll bring in the Taurus, okay? I think the Taurus should be the main car for every officer, and then the few people that we want to control, chases, scenes, shit like that, will be in charges or whatever. So so it has that feel when you see them.
Yeah, but I minimum.
Honestly, you're not wrong, because if you really think about it, what goes on in the field is dictated by what occurs in like these police chases and all that, right? And what dictates these police chases is that certification. Like that's that is priority number one, honestly. Is this SRU shit?
Well, no. I think that's fair to say. I think
Stirring the pot.
SRU can be improved on. I don't think it's as bad as it is as it was. Well, I mean, you know, I haven't seen it that much. People have complained about it, but I think it can be improved. But I think still the core thing is the overall police mentality can be improved on just purely on monkey see, monkey do type shit. And yeah, SRU is part of the issue as to why that happens in chases. I think
Chat, because in
policing
SRU, these
general, though,
motherfuckers
like,
allow
even
so many
detectives and
cops
shit
on
like
scene
that
during the
is
chase. They
also
don't control the
lazy
scene. They're
based
supposed
on,
to.
what
Everything
they
from
see,
ground up.
you know,
Yeah,
other people do.
Everything from the
A
ground
lot
up.
of SOP Andes, you know, see what they can do, and they do it. They don't think, there needs to be a filter. If somebody asks, yeah, you know, a good example is the fucking Chingaloa raid. If you need to ask yourself, should I be doing this?
Wait, what happened with Changaloa?
Oh, fuck it, nothing. Don't worry. If you
There's new guidelines coming for them.
Huh?
if you
What is
the
that?
fucking
What?
thing is,
Huh?
listen.
What
I
happened
can
about
talk
the
a
The
Jenny
lot
Hall
about
fucking
raid?
guideline, the fucking guideline is fucking irrelevant, right? The guidelines are the issues. You put guidelines there for absolute dumb fucks.
Glad
They
he
think
brought it
that's
up.
the line they can
There we
walk.
go, boys.
The
Here's my
reality
way in.
is you shouldn't need to make guidelines for
Chingaloa raid,
somebody
hold on.
that's
That's where I have a problem with Kale. We need to get rid of cops who constantly, dance around this line or tiptoe the line every single time. Because those cops are the biggest troublemakers and liability in the PD. They gotta go. They gotta go. We can't have people like that where they constantly push the
we need
envelope as far as-
logical people in this shit. Is what we need. And when I say this though, I know the fucking criminals are fucking absolutely fucking really fucking stupid. But
Yeah,
you
tell me
know,
about it.
we're in a position of power, and we got that extra quality we need because you know people can get straight into us faster and shit like that. So, it's hard to word all this with fat people around, but either way, I think we've all got the same general idea. It's quality. We just need to refine and you know get into that shit.
This is what was going on here. So this,
I want to throw one thing out
this is
there.
what we're doing here. Okay.
Yeah, so you mentioned command for the Chargers. I feel like that's exactly the problem, though. There's like a million command members, and even if you cut the fat, they get in a Charger. Motherfucker doesn't even know how to throw spikes out. And people are.
Why is your commanding member then?
I guarantee.
That's a great question.
Great question.
That's the problem.
Why don't you
Problem.
tell?
Hold
Listen, no, here's a good
You tell
example.
me
Why don't
deputy
you get every
commish?
command member down here right now. We'll search their pocket, see if they even got a spike strip on them.
Okay. Let's see here.
All right,
You watch how
let's,
fucking unprepared these fucking.
Let's start.
Yeah, check my podcast
wait, hold on.
for,
With all
I got Vulture to be
with
fair.
all respect, so Zay, new
I
SOP.
got spike
There was a
strips.
guideline given out that they should be stayed in your inventory
Check
in the
fucking
car.
whatever.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck is. What's that shit called again in the
Same
car?
shit. I got 4 up my asshole right now.
Yeah, I got 3 in my asshole.
You got the same people that will say every fucking police officer is every criminal's way fucking overpowered, but they don't fucking utilize any of the tools that they have. Stop going through my shit, motherfuckers. You stole one.
I didn't.
The only
Fat boy, this
command
fat
I
bastard
see on
don't have
duty
one.
right now
I
is
didn't.
Bison. That's it. Who else is command?
Don't
on
look
duty
at
right
me.
now?
Well, either way, I mean,
Uh,
it wouldn't even have to be that. You get every officer down here. That's what I'm saying, though. We don't utilize our fucking tools the way we can utilize them, and you know, I think it's just fucking stupid, really. Why do we have people escalate? It's just fucking stupid, really. Why do we have people escalate to shootings instantly when you know you got to set of spark strips just because you're too lazy to get your spark strips out don't mean you should be escalating shit to shootings and shit straight away, and that's shit like that fucking really does piss me off, to be honest. Or they start ramming like fucking jackasses because they don't have spark strips and they know they can't do nothing, or they run out of taser cartridges. You know, they take the next best step instead of being like, well, I fucked up, you know what I mean?
Let me take out my baton.
I can sit here and ramble about that shit, but the reality is it might not even happen that often, but it only needs to happen once a day for it to be a fucking issue, to be honest, because the blowback we get from fuck-ups like that is, every cop is an asshole because one person fucks up, sort of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, usually the action of one action of all, right? That's how people see it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And clearly, I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of the cops are great.
Yeah,
But yeah,
for sure.
quality is what we need to
Clarkson,
work.
you got things you want to get off your chest? What's going on here? The way you're talking, just
You want to get some
Name
breadcrumbs
names.
off your
No,
chest,
man.
fat boy?
Clarkson, who's an issue right now that we still got on the department? Because I mean, I'm
you
gonna
want
be
me
real
to
with you.
be
There's
Here we go.
issues. We say
Roll
names.
up
We
your sleeve.
fucking boom
Roll
them
up your
out.
sleeves, man. Come on.
guys?
I
Listen,
fired
I'm
5 people in the
I'm
last
not
2 weeks.
trying. Listen, I'm
Name them.
Hey, listen, I don't want.
I watched,
I don't want to have to deal with any
I was
inquiries
watching
today. All right.
I was watching Francis
on.
J. Francis body cam the other day, and Mr. Mineo shot him without saying a word. You believe that?
I
Wow.
demoted him from command.
Wow.
I commit.
One of your own.
I'll tell you right now.
Call me
I kicked
surprise.
Mineo. I kicked Mineo out of command 3 days ago, and he suspended him for 5 days.
He's lucky Francis wasn't upset and crying because Francis would have went to the government
well,
forums
see-
on that motherfucker.
Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. I didn't know about this, but anything that comes across my desk, I handle it accordingly. Ask
Well,
Bass.
Francis ain't gonna snitch. What do you
Ask
think
Bass.
he is?
Bass.
Think Francis a pussy.
Bass, if this was reported to me, I would have handled it again because he just got off suspension and demotion. If I know
One
about
second, I
this,
was
then
gonna send a
I'll
text.
deal it again.
Hey, Francis.
like it was
I'll
from
demote him
some
again.
guy
I don't give. I'll
sent
fire
to
him. I don't give a fuck.
It was reported to you just now.
I'm
It's
fucking
like-
around.
okay.
I'm just saying.
But don't shrug now, bitch. Speak up when I'm
Francis,
fucking talking to you, Bass.
Francis drove straight through a fucking blockade and got shot. So, well, it was before the blockade, but it was an old blockade. So technically, he was in the right. Poor Francis.
No, I was proud of
Great
Clarkson
guy.
actually. The fact he punished Bird and
I
Mineo.
demoted all of them, and then
Like
that.
Fred Father, you know. I
Yeah,
should've
Dan
too.
got demoted too.
Yeah, we
Well, that's good. Like I said, I don't necessarily think
And I
the
started-
smaller departments are the issue at the moment. It's
Yeah.
just the mass recruitment was more of the shit that was an issue. So
and all their certs are stripped as well. So
By the way, Kale, the Den Shiesty experience has been absolute disaster. He is
perfect, just as expected.
Great.
been-
Hey,
an abomination.
what happened? I thought he isn't even coming on duty anymore.
Well, before that, right? Before that should happen.
Oh, he's quit.
Technically, no. He's using PTO right now.
Holy shit!
Ah.
Well, guys, I've got about 45 minutes at least to kill for my quarterly hours. So what else can we do for 45 minutes?
There's an
Go
S++
play roulette.
boost going on. Channel 2.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah,
Fucking
the
shoot
guy's
me.
gonna fail the hacks. Come on, let's not even worth responding.
I ain't trying to go chase no S plus
Yeah.
vehicle.
There's one more thing I wanted to say. Oh, you said name names. I'm gonna be honest though. There's some of the issues that are even in high command, so it's not just.
Well, that's what needs to be discussed because
I mean, you really want me to say names? I'll fucking say
Yeah,
names.
why? Listen, why the fuck do we meet as high command if we're not willing
if
to
you want
say
me to
like
be honest,
this person is a problem,
these-
this is the certain thing? 'Cause
I will be
otherwise,
honest.
how do we
I
resolve
thought
it?
Do I get
Shit
hey Best Jose? Am I clear to go here? Am I
You're
clear?
asking for
Depends if you want
qualified
to speak
immunity?
like a fucking
am I-
human or you want to speak
am I
like
getting-
a fucking
Am
asshole.
I getting inquiry immunity here, or what's going on? What's going on?
You're literally high command. Fucking say it, bitch.
I'm at a conflict here, Brian. I'm in a conflict here. Okay, I'll tell you.
As long as you're not being
I'm
toxic, I
gonna
don't
be
see an
honest.
issue with it.
The way that the cannoli kidnapping was handled was a fucking abomination, and
Who
nothing.
the fuck is
and,
cannoli?
no-
Dora
no-
get,
and nothing.
The one in Sandy?
Nobody got disciplined in any of that. in the city.
I got a
No, no.
feeling
In the city.
Somebody, oh, in the city. Right.
And then it happens again. Go look at like
Did it happen again?
with
Didn't
what
happen
with
again.
what
What
with what Jose said? It did happen again.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that
Oh,
was
the
fucking.
The
That was
stash.
fucking dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
okay, so-
constant, but the disregarding of protocol go and then calling the shots on your own without following the protocol is a problem.
To be fair, no protocol was broken. It was just the way
how was
that
it,
they went
though?
about it. Because there's a legislation you
So
can pull up right
technically,
now.
this is technically what he did was.
You can say it-
within the.
okay.
So let
Like,
me
it's just
fucking
the way
finish.
they went
No,
about it,
I
you
no,
dumb
no,
fucks.
I'm not arguing with you guys. I'm just saying that
He technically had a right to maybe go in there and have an investigation, look around. But so the logic behind things is still the fundamentals of, in my opinion, investigating as a police officer. What was the original call for that scene again? For the Tringaloa shit.
It was so they were responding to somebody leaving human carcasses behind. Apparently, somebody's
Yeah,
chopping up,
whereabouts were
locals.
the? Yeah, yeah.
It was
So
near the liquor store. It was near the liquor store.
yeah.
That's what it was
So
on.
listen, if you go there, you see carcass on the ground, you're like, damn, this is gonna be leaving blood and ooze. I should be looking around for like blood and ooze. You'd be looking around for that particular crime, right? If you don't find anything inside that building pertaining to that crime itself, you shouldn't be raiding that safe. It would make sense if you saw a blood trail go in there or there was an extra limb on the ground, then you'd raid that premises. But just because it's nearby doesn't give you authorization to fucking, use every protocol possible just to fucking fuck that premises up. And that's what people, don't understand. They need the, just a simple thought process of if it's questionable, you don't do it. It's that simple. You can
Right, or
investigate it
just-
though.
Right. That's what I said to them. Just investigate it further. No need to jump the gun. No need to just open it.
But I
up,
mean,
see
even
what-
still, what do you got to do? You see a safe in a business, you just got to fucking do a stakeout because there's a fucking safe in a business. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what the step was there, it should have just been moved the fuck on because you didn't see nothing. That's what
Right.
should have happened. They had a right to go in the building, scope it out, to anything that fit that scope, which was the body parts, and then move on. They didn't have a right to start fucking, searching the premise and rating it. I don't give a fuck what the judges say or any other fucking doofus. The basis of a police officer, if they're investigating one crime, that's what they're investigating. If it's out of the scope of that, they shouldn't be pushing anything.
What else, Clarkson?
What?
What else? What else? Get things off your chest.
I don't need to get anything on my chest. I don't give a fuck that much. I'm just
I
saying.
have something I need to
You
get
do
off
need
my
to get it off your chest. A few pounds, actually.
No, I got something I want to get off my
Okay,
chest.
here we go.
I'm honestly, our trooper lieutenants considered high command because we have a lot in
No.
there that. Okay.
Honestly, I fucking hate the whole high command shit right now. I think we should revisit that in the conversation as well.
Okay, I'll save that.
As far
for
as I
later.
know, and
think
correct me wrong,
this,
there's no high command in the troopers besides myself, you, and Andrews, right?
Well, fuck, I don't give a shit.
Well, no,
What we
I
do,
need you
but
to- Well, I need you to pick. Well, what is it? Because right now,
I think we need to just have like 2 or 3 highest commands from each department in the high command channel, and that's it. I honestly
I
think
agree
there's
on
people
that.
in there that are fucking.
I mean, the people we named about in those last two incidents are in high command.
right,
so.
that's why we need to get rid of captains. Then, if that's the case, captains got to go, right? Because they blow.
It
high
is so
command.
useless to have that. There's
It's-
so
it's
many
useless.
voices, nothing gets done.
I'm gonna be honest. It's useless to have captain, and it's useless to have lieutenant/sergeant.
I
I
think
don't
we can have a
necessarily
totem
disagree.
pole. I think we can have a totem pole in your department that works no matter what. I just think when it comes to high command, we definitely need to minimize it if we want to. It's a whole quality control thing, right? It should be about quality at this point. If we want to make sure the rest of the police departments, going to be forced into the same aspect, we should be making sure we got the right people at the top to begin with. So.
Yeah, I mean, last I checked, we had 57 high command and command, 17 high command,
57
57. Yes.
high command.
That is
No,
crazy. bro.
17 high command, and then 40 command.
Yeah, I mean the 40 command isn't that crazy considering the time zones and shit. But I feel like if we had to halve that, it would end up being a better quality.
Shit, you eating a
if
burger?
we go this route. Yeah, actually I am. I just fucking it's an ass burger actually.
Oh fuck you! Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, Jesus.
I love me bleeders.
He's there,
Yeah.
Clarkson. Don't choke on it, all right?
But yeah. Yeah, yeah. There's issues everywhere. I don't think any department's perfect, but as long as we have the right people there and they're willing to understand their flaws and know they've got flaws and work with them, I think we'll be going the right way no matter what. So
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. 17 high command is crazy.
it is. I'd like
17
to see like
17
6 or 8 maybe.
It should
The
be 6,
joke
right?
I always make is if we have more high command members in the board of directors for McDonald's, we're probably doing something bloaty there. Like, if
Yeah,
McDonald's
I mean,
can run off of
McDonald's
9
definitely has
people,
to.
we can do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do some real crazy shit at McDonald's. I can imagine how hard that'd be.
and with less people too.
Which goes back to the main point that if we do this whole entire restructure, that would help with rank squish and trimming the fat.
I still want to underline
say-
again that putting those chargers on a command rank is going to make people want to fight for rank again. And then when those vehicles aren't there, it's like, oh, better promote this guy because we need another charger instead of.
So what do
Hey,
you recommend then? What is your?
I don't even think your rank should
go-
matter outside of
yeah, we
high
go-
command for that charger. And if you're
I
like
think
a
we go
sergeant or whatever-
CVPI into the Taurus. Everybody can have the Taurus, but if you get Pursuit, you get the Charger or some
yes,
shit like
absolutely.
that.
Oh, you're
The thing
saying
is,
that-
we can make the Taurus. We can make it
I kinda
go
like
just as fast anyway. But it's more about the image of I guess someone that's going to be driving that car should be a certain standard or something like that.
Mm-hmm. If you're like an amazing officer, right? Do great like training, do this as a, but you're a dog shit driver and you're driving around in that charger, you're gonna fuck some shit up real quick.
Oh yeah, no, I think we should do the same thing for the troopers here as well. I think there's some fucking derpers that are in the Chargers, so I'd be happy to see that shit run back down on the ground and have the Chargers feared rather than bloated. And saying that, like these Tauruses, they're gonna move as well, but it's more the image that I think needs to clean up.
Right. So if you see a charger behind you, like, oh shit, this person can actually catch me.
Well, yeah,
Versus
it's
like a Crown
somebody
Vic or
that
Taurus,
deserves
right?
to be there as
Right.
well.
Exactly. Right.
People will look up to their driving skills and be like, "Damn, that's what I got to do to get ahead around here," rather than if I get command or if I do X, Y, Z and suck the right dick, I could maybe get there. But
Exactly.
we'll just get the Taurus popping. I think it'll be fine doing that. Like I said, if the Taurus comes in and it's got S plus, that's going to bring a lot of power to us. And if we are reducing the numbers of police, I don't think it's going to be all that crazy because having 4 to 5 people in a chase with S plus cop cars, I think people would probably prefer 3 on the chase and 1 or 2 interceptors. If it's a big one, that is, compared to like 20 cops rolling on scene with fucking every corner. Got a CVPI on it and fucking helicopters in the sky and all that crazy shit. Yeah, we can increase the powers in certain ways. I think we really should look at reducing the numbers as much as possible with these changes. So.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we have the tools to be efficient, I'm all for it. I'm always about quality over quantity. Because,
Yep.
I mean, let's be honest. In most shootouts, when things happen, we only get better when we lose more numbers.
Yeah, that's exactly the thing. I think quality control is the main reason why a lot of fails. A lot of the time we have failures. That's the reason it's happening. Yeah. I mean, I think all of us are sort of understanding of that. I think Pred's going to be understanding as well. And from what I mean, I already talked to the high command about this, months ago, like I said, and everyone was pretty much for it. So I don't think anyone's going to say no either way.
No, in fact,
We
this
should be
might,
good to rock and roll.
inject life into the PD again.
It will. There'll be complaints about it. There'll be a lot of fucking drama and salt, but at the end of the day, the people that really want to come in here and be their goofball police officer, they'll come and have fun and enjoy it no matter what. So
Oh, Octo, no.
fuck the salty cunts as always. Oh, that's Octo. That's the guy you guys were talking about.
That's Brian's detective who's down
like
right
him.
now.
Actually,
He's one of
No, it's
many.
a panic button. It's a panic button.
Yeah, 78.
Little soul. He's probably getting shot right now.
I think he's on the move, though. Look at the GPS right now.
Being chased by Dundee. Oh, it's BBMC, actually, huh?
No, Dundee's not with the BBMC as far as I know.
Oh, he's not? Oh, that's right. Well, who's his co then?
I don't know.
And they're in Little Soul and making a move?
Yeah, I mean, anyways, I thought this was a really good talk. I think that at the end of the day, we need to just sit down and have a conversation, like you said, Soze, outside the city. And that way, we
Steroids
can
illegal.
it's not. And just go from there. That way, we can be on the same page and start.
Wait, it's not illegal or it's not legal?
It's not illegal.
Oh, it's
No,
not
it's
legal. Thank
legal.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, it's legal, yeah.
That's good because I'm fucking juiced up.
Looks like it.
They
Yeah, I
said
can
go on
tell.
a
Look at those
3-month
goddamn
cycle. Here I
biceps.
am, 6 months in. I'm taking estrogen blockers while injecting this shit. I'm off my fucking head. My dick don't work no more though.
Yeah, but with muscles like those,
Who gives a shit? I don't need to wank.
This is a guy that a lot about roads. The liver guy, liver king, a liver king. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Anyone who believed that fucking psycho was a fun. They deserved it.
Have you seen him after he's off the roids? He looks like a
No.
small boy now. Oh my god, he's
No,
shrunk.
oh my god, I got to see this.
Oh, he
He's
actually got
shrunken.
off the roids.
Yeah, he got off the roids after he got exposed, and he looks completely different. He's almost like
Oh shit, I need to see that.
half the size we used to be. Like his bulkness has gotten down so much more than he used to be.
Where do you see this?
His newest video.
I don't. Are you sure that's him? That guy's not even.
Yeah. Here, I can send you a picture. Let's send. You ready to see this?
The one with the snorkels on?
No, the.
I don't think
weigh-in
that's the same guy.
after. It is the same guy. What do you mean?
The one with the snorkels on?
No. Here. Send you this picture. There, take a-
Ballin, are you a leader of your PD?
I am the chief of police of the VPD.
Who's your assistant?
Take a look.
Right now,
Look
it's
at Brian.
Bundy.
Bundy.
just-
Oh yeah.
He just got appointed like a couple days ago.
How's he doing?
Yesterday. I mean, he's doing all right. He's been high command for forever now, so he's got like the administrative experience, right? But we're building out the building right now.
Nice. You guys
Yeah.
get Davies PD back yet, Brian?
I haven't been down there. I've just taken this as my office. to be
I
honest.
miss that PD, bro. I like that PD a lot.
It was
Yeah,
a
me
good
too.
PD.
I like Davis a lot.
We should try to, send some money to the state contractors and see if you could just remove the
I
rubble.
did. I got $45 million in the budget.
Yeah, you should
The,
remove the
I'm,
rubble,
paying
bro.
up Oswaldo and company. They're cleaning it up.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying like get it really spruce.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got stuff. Yeah.
No, I like that PD though. Like that.
Yeah.
Like the way it was before
Yeah.
it blew up.
Yeah. Like rebuild it, type shit.
Yes. I'm gonna talk to Bass about some things. No.
Remove the rubble. We walk back
You know
inside.
what? Similar to how it was, some multiple floors, some more.
Yeah,
cells.
literally spit an image, man. We still have the blueprints. I fucking loved that PD, man. That was a vibe.
it is
Me
sick.
too.
I felt
so many memories.
I
that happened
actually,
in that PD.
felt immersed. Fucking
I
like
don't
it.
feel immersed right now.
No, not in this not in this shit. No.
Yeah,
How's
I
that?
don't disagree.
Doesn't give you the vibes
There-
of
no, there's
like a police
vodka.
department?
No. When there's 300 vodka bottles, on everywhere, and
Yeah, can we remove these? I don't know. I'm gonna
everybody
ask
has
to
their
remove
own
these,
fucking
actually.
desk, and yeah. I mean, it still says Chief of Police is Sam Bass here. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, we need to probably update that. Probably need to update that.
And this is Street Crime Unit in the back. So,
Well,
Wait,
that,
does
that
it?
was just a banner they gave us from their office. I don't know. But yeah, the other stuff I completely agree.
You ready for the shit that
There's-
needs to be
there's like-
actioned sooner
there's a
than later?
cigarette
Bass?
burning in Davies
Okay,
PD.
wait,
I
hold
love,
on,
I
like,
love
suck-
Davies
suck
PD,
on
bro.
the top
I'm gonna
there.
wrap up with Brian, and then I'll be there soon, right?
So I'm just gonna shotgun it. First and foremost, we had a very. Wait, you're still on the phone.
Sounds good. Thank you. All right, I'll see you soon.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm just gonna shotgun it. First and foremost, we have, despite the long discussion, the announcement that no exceptions are to be made in regards to signing on duty as an officer. We have literally like 6 incidents in just since I've been back in the last, since yesterday.
What do you mean, like time zone overlap? Or are we talking about?
There's like pizza parties, pursuit training, the career fair, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
I mean,
because in each one of these cases, it's like, well, someone in high command said it was okay. But here's the thing. You need to at least do the due diligence of letting the rest of high command know, because otherwise you have dumbasses lying about permission. For example, every week we have people saying they get high command approval and that they're not signed on duty, and all of a sudden we got 60 officers on duty. It's I don't think anyone's trying to play train conductor.
I'll just sum
No,
it up.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
No, we have people scheduling their PD events during the most popular shift in the fucking UPD. Like that's what the issue actually is, Baz. Like people need to get their scheduled shit out. I don't know, like before the storm or later on into shift 2.
Solution
Right.
is easy. Like I get it. Things need to happen. Write an email to like send an email. We got that email system for high command. Send it out. Hey, we're looking to do this on this date, and just, you know, if it's a problem, we'll speak up. But at least we're at minimum knowledgeable that it's
Indicating.
happening. So
Yeah, exactly. It's the
you don't
least
have
could do,
some
right?
random officer going and sending people off duty and turning into a bunch of dumb shit, or
Right.
people abusing it and saying they got permission without any proof.
Right. So I mean, it goes back to why is there people on duty doing a pizza party, right? Can't you do that off duty? Why do you need to be clocked in to eat pizza?
Or why is there a career fair? Or why is there pursuit training? Or why is there all these things?
Training is different. When it comes to like overall PD training, I can see why people are trying to schedule that to show up, right? I'm all for that. But when
we
it comes
made
to,
it very clear in the conversations that there are to be no exceptions.
I think the problem isn't with the training specifically, Bass. It's hey, we're having all these resources again during the most popular shift in the UPD is when we're scheduling this stuff. When I think that it could be pushed a few hours before or after and make things a lot easier for everyone else waiting to go actually catch criminals.
I see.
Cade,
So-
for example, was told you need to get off duty. You're on the pursuit training. I find out that SRU had authorized it, which is perfectly fine. But now we're dealing with 30-minute debate about people getting suspended, unsuspended, whatever, and we don't even know if High Command even approved it. So I'm simply saying that there needs to be a notice. Otherwise, people are snaking the system.
I'm with you. I'm with you. So let's start cracking down and shit like that. And if that happens,
It has to come from you, though, because it's members of High Command just authorizing these without telling anyone.
okay. I'll tell us out an email tonight.
Next thing, we had a case which judges are getting harassed. There's I'm not even going to talk about the specific case, Molten, if you think I am, just in case.
No, I'm
But,
on that part. But yeah, you could cross-stroke
Across
it.
the board, judges are just being straight up harassed. And
What way? Like handed for like signature or like what are you
People,
talking about?
people are not respecting the courtroom again. If I had to sum
Yeah.
it down, or they're not.
In what
like,
way?
they-
Not showing up? Like, give me like an example. Like, try to be more specific. As far as
Okay,
what you're
I'll say
saying.
they have personal beef with the judges or with a personal judge, but they're not respecting the judge title is what it comes down to. Like people may be showing up, people may be like going through the process, but they're not respecting what a judge is and what their role is within a courtroom.
Right. That's where suspending and punishing these people comes in, right? If people are not respecting court, not showing up, not giving a shit, not
Yeah.
respecting the
I agree.
judge.
Respect
talking about
the
members
rank,
of
not
high
the person.
are we
Yeah.
talking about members of high command? What's going on? Give me names. I need to
Mine
know.
was Dan, but I'm handling him specifically. So
Okay,
my
alright.
my example was Dan. I don't know if there's others.
What did Dan do
Oh,
exactly?
so he put a so him and fucking Bill Mays, which I know he's got, whatever. That shit has turned into something where 45 minutes before a terrorism case today, a motion was to change the judge, and then pending bar complaints, and then the bar complaint came afterwards. And what that did is it put a position where like we've got 12 people have now shown up for the scheduled court case, and now it's in limbo, and they have to force to get another judge at the last second.
Oh, yo. So people aren't
And-
respecting others' time, basically, and
Yes.
not being considerate about the fact that trying to get 12 people to show up to one court case is already a fucking disaster within itself. So trying to reschedule it is going to take another month.
Or on the flip side, harassing the fuck out of judges who probably have the hardest job in the city. And now we can't get subpoenas and shit signed because, judges are getting frustrated. Like, I
Right.
get it. If you got personal beef, get it contained. But if you do that shit, while you're being, you're on duty,
Listen,
bro, I'm going to send your
I'm gonna
ass
chat
off,
with you
dude.
guys later, okay?
Yeah, we'll
I'm
talk
gonna-
later.
No,
I'm
bro.
getting
Good
plenty
luck
of
out
hours,
there.
guys. I'll see you around.
And that
I mean,
man just had hit
Brian,
payroll.
who's doing this shit, and we need to nip in the butt right away. Who
Oh, it's we've sorted up until now, but I do think that something needs to come from the top where I got everyone on channel 2, and I told them, Annette, if I see that shit, I will fucking send your ass off.
I'm handling
Walter-
the dance side of it.
And he's
Walter,
got the
I
dance
want you to
side.
toss an announcement saying basically that any unprofessionalism, disrespect to DOJ will not be tolerated. And if you have any issues or problems, to take it through the chain of command to where members of high command can coordinate a meeting with DOJ to solve any issues between the police department.
Okay, so I just TLDR our zero tolerance policy for DOJ disrespect
Correct.
and inside the courtroom and when in the judge's position. Okay, yeah, I got it. I'll throw
Correct,
something up
yes.
tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But people who are doing this, Brian, we need to target these people, right? Because what they don't understand is their actions represent the whole entire police department, like you said, and they can alienate or burn that bridge that we have with DOJ, which not only affects that person, but affects other officers who are trying to investigate and conduct police work. And instead of actually trying to be, a stepping stone, they're being a thorn in our side.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. Now, I am glad that I think our relationship with the DOJ has been increasing. Malton's done a great job speaking to them. I've spoken to them. And that they are being more open about it. But,
I think the fact that Mays actually came to me and said, "Hey, I have a problem with this officer because XYZ," just shows that the relationship is improving, right? Mays at least is not bottling it up and letting it sour his whole relation with the PD. He's going through, the chain of command and to get things solved. So I do think that is something worth highlighting here. Same with Schwinghammer. That's the other incident. Just remember now. This one's, I think, has already been handled, but it was Owen and Bones were.
Yeah.
They were disrespecting the courtroom. If I had to sum it up, I don't know the specifics, but it was basically courtroom disrespect. It was to the point where Stringhammer was wanting to give him contempt for like 50 months and 50K or something like that. If that tells you the level it was getting to.
How bad did it get in that courtroom?
There was some bullshit that was happening, and then it's like, when you're ready, we'll start. And so motherfucker started playing like Wordle or something on his phone for 40 minutes.
The point is, I talked Schwinghammer off the cliff a little bit on that, off his initial.
It worries me that Owen's doing something like that. He's a member of high command, right? People need to understand that once you're part of high command, you're held to a higher standard, right? So is command as well, too.
Once again, Schwinghammer, he had his options, and he ended up going to Toretti about it, and I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure. We'd have to follow up with Toretti, but I think he handled it with Schwinghammer. So
good. That's what we need.
The big advocation as well was, look, that's your place. If I don't like, if a cop's doing some dumb shit, they're disrespecting him, bro, send him in for contempt. We'll deal with it on our side, and let us know, and we'll deal with it on our side. Because look, like what Svensson did was funny as fuck. I'm gonna be real with you, but he should fully expect he's gonna be sent up for contempt.
Yeah. Jesus. Man, it feels like every single day we have a fucking problem.
I mean, once again, I do think we're never going to stop having problems, Bass, but our problems are getting a bit better, in my opinion. I still think as a whole, the PD is trending upwards, especially with, the latest firings, quality control, blah, 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 blah.
I just want to point out that while we had an unfortunate loss today, somehow it brought us all together. I mean, I don't think we've been.
I'm
more
here,
unified
chat. I'm just listening to their shit.
Than today. This is a very productive meeting.
It all took Gunner being corrupt.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I mean, we expected that, right?
What do you mean? So you don't get fined?
Tom Gunner is like, I love
Marshawn Lynch.
And yeah, I remember that. And he's got so much potential. The man can be out there and be a quality police officer. But
he was trying to protect me. I think a lot of us thought that was Pred, and things got out of hand. And well, the guy
really, because from the sound of it, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not.
I could see where the confusion might have come in to back Brian up a little bit here, but I think Brian was away from all of this, so I'm not faulting him for this. But I'm gonna tell you what I told Gunner, and I think this is what really brought it to a head. The major storm incident has not been resolved internally, to my knowledge, I believe, Bass. And so the optics is it looked like Wrangler was transferring to avoid a major storm punishment.
And we still need to talk
Wait, a
about
what?
that. Yeah, because
Wait, Wrangler was.
Well, that's why I
needs to
said
be-
I don't think Brian knew about that part of
Yeah,
it.
Wrangler needs to be punished for what happened with Major Storm because.
Wait,
because the
what
charges
major
got-
storm is happening?
So,
Wrangler
long story
shot a
short,
police dog.
he did.
Why are you guys calling it the major storm?
That's the dog's name. Is it?
Oh, I thought. Oh my god! I was like, wait, it's happening finally.
No. That's the so yeah. So Brian, I mean, we don't need to keep you up to speed, but at face value, it did look like Wrangler's transferring to the DPD to escape some heat.
I don't think so because it was my idea to bring Wrangler in.
Right, I'm saying when
Because
it looked,
I saw Pred being fucked up, and I'm like, listen, I've been talking about it for a while. I want you in Davis. And then Wrangler followed suit. Look, we've been playing charades. We've been doing pros and cons lists. Do I want Wrangler in company or do I want Minerva in company?
no,
I'm still
I
undecided,
understand.
but hey, the option was on the table, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
I'm-
Wrangler or Gel, Nova, Pred. I mean, that's a hell of a pickup.
I understand. I'm not telling you what it was. I'm telling you what it looked like and how it probably would have played out if you just took him as a captain and didn't do anything about it.
We don't
Correct.
have ranks, though. I'd bring him in and be the same as, well, everyone else that's not an officer.
Okay.
Wait, so you want to be a member of High Command?
No.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, regardless of what happened, I mean, transferring now, I don't care for that, honestly. What I care for is the fact that.
Fuck, who is that? I have no idea who 123 is.
Oh,
Seriously.
1, 2, 3. That's sweet.
I have no idea because his name's not after his call sign. Brian, I need you to fix that, please. When he's
Wait,
if
what?
he-
What do you?
if
Wait,
he
what the fuck
survives.
is
Yeah.
this like call sign thing?
What
I
do you
did it
mean?
because someone told me to, but
So okay, here's the actual reason why it's so. Like,
you have to
know-
remember I haven't been around for a week and a half, so
Yeah,
I'm still learning
I'll
shit.
sum it up. You know, we have 300 plus motherfuckers in the PD, especially with cadets and solo cadets. We don't know everyone's call sign anymore. That's just a matter of fact. But when an alert goes out like that, you know, I may not know who 626 is, but I know
Oh.
now Michaels is down, and that might give me a little more context to the situation.
Correct,
Or
correct.
or if I know Michaels is giving radio call outs, and then I see Michael goes down, I'm not screaming into the
Gotcha.
radio like, "What's going on? What's going?" You know, so it just helps us with
Was
that
this
sort of
like
thing.
announced or what? Because the only reason I
talked
changed it
about it.
because Octo.
Well, we talked about it for like a day, to be fair, but
No,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know
was
that.
I there?
No, you were
I mean,
not. You never chimed in, but no one had anything bad to say about it, so I just pushed it out the next day.
No. I threw it in
Huh?
the High Command chat. And I said, everybody good with it? Before Multum throws an announcement, I give it 24 hours. Nobody said anything, so we pushed it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it
Oh,
was
that
discussed.
makes
You just
sense.
never said anything,
I
which is
gotcha.
why I pushed it the next day.
I got you. I got on duty yesterday, and I haven't done anything than be in the city. So I'm behind on high command emails. but
That was
today-
like the biggest administrative thing was call sign bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good change. It helps a lot.